Okay, good morning again. This is Joe with Knucklebark Ranch here in Northern California, just north of Redding. It's a pretty cool morning this morning, perfect morning for working outside. I came out here at 6 this morning and it was cool. I got up at 5 and the wind was blowing through the kitchen window and it was quite chilly. Anyways, what we're doing this morning is I got one of these big brute garbage cans. It's not, I really didn't want the 44-gallon one, but that's what I end up with. Anyways, so hard to find good help these days, I suppose. Anyways, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's see if I can do that. I'm gonna have to put the camera down. Okay, all right, so sorry about that. Anyway, so we're gonna make some tea this morning. I have some fish emulsion, a big thing of fish emulsion that we're gonna use. I got somewhere, somewhere. Anyways, ended up in my possession. And so there's what we're gonna do. I want to cut that up a little more. Relieve that pressure. Anyways, there you are. And it's really hard to focus on keeping your camera on your work. I need a GoPro, my granddaughter says. Anyway, so that's that. Good job. And then we're gonna go get some of that fish emulsion, and I'm gonna bring a bucket up here, and we're gonna fill that up with water and let it steep. And then this afternoon, we're gonna feed all of our root crops. Now, you remember your root crops are your high feeders. Potatoes, asparagus, garlic, onions. Onions need a lot of water. Garlic doesn't need so much, but it won't develop unless you start giving it water in the early spring months, if you have a delay of rain. Anyway, so looks like our fruit trees just got watered this morning. So we are going to go in here and get some of this fish emulsion. Hey, it's okay. Stop barking. Anyway, here's our fish emulsion. We need to do some house cleaning around here this morning. We always hang on to our wire and our hose clamps and things like that because we want, here's a bucket. Any old bucket will do. All right, so let's turn this on. That's some pretty good fish emulsion there. So we're gonna put this in about 44 gallons. So we're probably gonna, it says 22 and a half gallons. So we're probably gonna, that's probably enough right there. All right, so that's good old fish emulsion. All right, just a minute. I tied him off over there. So I'm dog sitting for my granddaughter. Anyways, I tied him off over there and he's barking. You can't let him just run around. He's one of them kind of dogs that will sneak off on you if you ain't watching. I've had a couple of those kind of dogs that, and then they get lost or somebody thinks they're lost and then you're SOL. Anyways, so getting back up here, or they're SOL, so there he is right there. Oh, I see you done your business over there. Don't get it in a leash. All right, so here we are. Okay, there we have our mad scientist concoction. Go over here and step in the mud. Oh, I see the turkey's been around. They must be getting water here. Anyway, so let's see if I can. I'm gonna have to lay the camera down again. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. I'm not really sure if I'm even in the camera. I'm gonna take this fisty grip off of here. Let me get this hose down in here. And let's see, how are we doing? All right, we did good, I think. Okay, so now. So, $64 for this frickin' 44-gallon big brute garbage can. But we buy them, we use them for our teas. They gave me the wrong one, and I didn't notice it until we started home. I looked at the receipt, and I wanted the $41 one instead of the $64.99 one. So I just said heck with it. You know, when you get old, time is an issue. You know, sometimes you can't be jumping over $1, save a dime. And so time is your biggest issue. So, you know, you don't want to, I didn't want to spend the time to go back and exchange it. Anyways, so here we are. We're going to let this steep till this afternoon, and then everybody's going to get a shot. Everyone, even our cantaloupes and our watermelons. And this is not high in nitrogen, I hope. Well, it is here, and we probably won't use them. Come to think of it, we probably won't use them on this because we don't want to hit this with high nitrogen. The corn we can, all the high feed, the big feeders, we can hit them with nitrogen. So probably not the watermelon and cantaloupe. I don't know. I'll do some research. You know, it's all about the research. You just got to look it up, you know, or check it on ChatGPT. And I'm not sure about that either. So anyways, here we are. All right, when that gets filled up here, you know, it's a great thing to be able to come out into your garden and then just spend the morning walking with God like Adam and Eve did, and thank God for all that you have. And it looks like the deer have been feeding on the nightshades. Anyhow, it's okay. They don't eat a whole lot, not unless a big old herd comes through here. Anyway, so we're doing good. We sprayed this stuff. We had something eating, you can see, and it was full of, see, there's still whiteflies. They're really hard to see, but you shake your plants and whiteflies come out. I'm probably going to spray this again tomorrow. And so this material, this compost that I put in these bins is different than this compost right here. This compost seems to be producing much more heavily. This compost, see, this is different. And this compost is what they call overs. You get it out there at Abernathy Drive in Reading, because that's where they bring all their ag refuse, and they bring it in there and they turn it into compost. Now that stuff is $30 a yard, and this stuff is only $7. The overs is only $7, and they don't always have overs. And the reason they call it overs is because they only grind up so much to get into their tubes, right? And they don't want to run short when they have their machine start putting that into those big tubes to bake that compost. So they're just big, long black tubes. They fill them up with a machine. It fills it up as it goes, and then I haven't seen the process, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Anyway, so then I don't know how many ever months or weeks or whatever they let that cook and break down and turn into and it's really the best compost there is. Uh-oh, the dog pulled the thing. Yeah, he seems to be more problematic than anything else. Of course, that might not have been him. Anyways, probably filled up. Once it got buoyancy, then there we are. Now we're back in the action. All right, so one of these steer manures per week will give you all that you need for as far as feeding your plants. Now these have not got fed since I've planted them. There's a lot of good composted material in these bins here, and when they And I especially want to give these guys a shot because I don't understand why they're not. They were actually planted about a month behind the others. Something like that. I should have wrote it down because I don't remember. I got CSS or CRS. I got CRS and CSS both, but that's the way it is. Anyways, life is good in the garden. Maybe they're not getting enough water. Who knows? Oh, I gotta reach across. Turn this off. There we go. All right. Well, I'm gonna put the Fistigret back on here. I'm gonna put away my razor knife over here on my controller so that I'll always have it there when I go to see. And I got my beds lined out, who does which station does what, and we installed a exterior plug here with a breaker on it, breaker type switch plug. Anyways, that's our control panel, and it's in the sun right now, and it's a little bit warm, so we may take some of that shade cloth and hang it down there. Most likely we will do that to keep that out of the sun. The sun and the rain, you know, Redding is really hard on everything with the sun. So the elements here are drastic changes. Anyways, so, all right, well, here we are. This is the upper garden. This is what we're prepping this for tea. Anyways, thanks for watching.